Go ahead. It's up. Is it ready?
Yeah,
Well,
we
you
still
ready?
got some bad connections here because my headset's cutting in and out every time you get even close. Yeah, every time you get even close.
Are we live on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
This,
wow. Hey, everybody.
this thing here is a little. It's
Squirrely?
getting old. It's getting old. I got another one. I'll just replace it.
Yeah, I've got one too. So
I got another one over here.
okay.
And now,
We can leave it alone now.
Okay.
don't forget to hit record on Adobe.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Now we're live.
Here we go.
We're Limbaugh now. I'm thinking that we need to talk about the coronavirus.
Formerly stained, nicotine-stained fingers.
Rush Limbaugh.
And I don't know. I'm doing perfectly well.
My friends, it
That's
is I, Rush
Yeah,
Limbaugh.
Al, I've lost this ear.
I did too.
I lost my left ear.
There you go. Jeepers. This old equipment, folks.
Now wait a minute.
All right, then, mate.
It's
All right,
better than
here we-
TZA.
All right, here we go with a great show.
These two guys are the biggest complainers in the world.
We are, but we
Yeah.
have
Did you-
fresh
The
tea.
biggest complainers in the world.
Look, somebody's there now. I can't see.
We got a
them.
fun show today. We're not going to talk about what it
Hey,
is, but
don't-
if you read the description on Facebook, you'll know.
I guess you
but-
could see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's only one person watching right now. So
It'll pick up.
678-615-7560 is the number to call. But wait till we get into the show to actually call. Wait till you hear the Podblast theme to actually call, if you don't mind. So, all right, we ready to do this, Al?
Hang on a second. Somebody text me.
No. Oh wait, let me stop everything we're doing because someone texted me too.
It's a radio fan.
Oh well. Okay.
Oh,
well.
they probably heard you on a lot in studio with Kara, the replay from Friday morning
All right, you got three people
on
You got 4 people.
talkofatlanta.com.
Al.
What? Let me see who's logged
Ow.
on.
Okay.
I got to turn around.
App.
Tell them we're going to move the camera.
I'm making fart sounds.
All right, well, you know,
Greg
people.
Blunt, Tyler Shook, Jack Bird. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Tyler.
Doug
So,
Harper.
Doug Harper, my buddy from
Wow.
set.
And
Hey,
then
Doug.
And then Jack used to be engineer.
Jack Palance?
Palance.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, live from
So-
heaven.
So the number to call if you want to be on the show.
Don't
we-
call now, though.
Don't call now, but just write this down. It's 678-615-7560. Now you'll be on the Facebook Live.
every time you do that, I'm going to get it to my Rush Limbaugh.
My nicotine-stained
My
fingers.
formerly nicotine.
Hello.
I'm doing fine, folks. I really like this metal.
And we've
My friends.
and we've named the studio A West.
That's
Yes.
right. A for Al.
A for Al.
No, it's Studio A,
We're Studio A,
West.
and then next time we're going to go to Studio B.
which is Tom's studio.
It's Tom's studio. Yes.
So anyway, if you want to call, go ahead and you can call now. We can get you on. We can get you on hold.
But I put you on hold.
But it's 678-615-7560. You will be obviously Facebook Live, but you'll also be on Atlanta radio, actual radio not next Saturday.
No, it'll be in a few months.
in a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when these. We're trying to run the old pod blast
In order.
in
In
sequential
production order.
In production
Yeah.
order.
So we got quite a few shows ahead.
Yeah.
So we show these.
Yeah, we will. But when we're rolling, let's. I want to talk about it on the show
All right,
and give
so-
Tom his due
All right,
credit.
So let's get going here.
Yeah, hit Adobe when you're ready, sir.
I know how to hit Adobe.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
If you hit it, don't hurt it. See what
I meant to
people-
say please.
See what people have said before we hit Adobe.
I don't
You
know.
got a ton of
I
people
got to turn
behind.
around.
I know. That's why
You
you
know?
should
We're
have
gonna-
that screen somewhere else.
Any
Tell-
comments?
Tell them we're going to move the camera. Eventually.
Well, we're not going to move the camera
Not
today. But
today.
we're going to move it by the next time we're in our studio.
Somebody said, say the number again.
Oh, here's the number
It's
again. You
it's
ready?
in the subject line
It's in
too.
the subject line of
And also, they said, nice
Video.
Elvis poster.
nice Elvis poster. It's original.
That poster's original poster, by the way.
How much money is it worth? 500?
No, Al will sell it today only for $25 for the first caller at 670.
No.
Oh no, okay.
That's about a $1,200 post.
That's what I thought. 500.
But-
that's
and yet I'm
too low.
touching it. There's no production on it. 678-615-7560.
That poster is a 40 by 60. They don't make those anymore.
Yeah.
I actually have more of them. I have Girls, Girls, Girls. I have Follow That Dream.
Wow. You're just a poster hoarder down.
Yeah.
You should see his stack of posters.
I have a
down
lot
there.
of Elvis
He's
posters.
got a stack of posters. that are amazing. I've got a few posters, but I've only
You got
got
some
a few,
good posters.
I've only got a few though compared to you.
Well, what happened was I cleaned out National Screen a long time ago.
National Screen. Now, did you dumpster dive for those?
No. I knew the guy that was managing.
Oh, okay.
So I was at
Now-
Turner, and every day after work for a week, I went over there and loaded up posters.
Now, here's a funny thing.
What?
Which isn't what we're talking about today. This
No,
is just
we're
the
not.
last time. The funny things are good. Al's good buddy Steve. He's a friend of mine too, but he's a casual friend. He has a stack of posters. Of course, you can't see. Maybe you can see me now. He has a stack of posters hidden away in his house. He showed me an Al. He says that's his retirement because he's got some real rare ones. He's got like breakfast at Tiffany's. And,
Well, I had
and the posters
I
that
had
are
a
bringing
breakfast at Tiffany's, and I
stupid
sold
money.
it. I sold that one.
Yeah, and you got stupid money for it,
I
right?
did. I got $1,000 for
Incredible. Of course, that was an original poster.
it. Original.
But now that they're remaking,
And, well,
everything.
anything that's reproduction is worthless. I mean,
Well,
it looks
agree.
good. It looks
Yeah,
good in
yeah.
a frame,
Yeah.
but as far as
It does.
it's just like Chad's comics. You got
Yeah.
to have the originals, right, Chance? He's not even listening.
Yes, that's right. That's absolutely
but
right.
just like-
Original's always best.
But just like there's somewhere in between here and New Jersey. I don't remember which restaurant I stopped at back in 2005. Rather, they had a King Kong original. Excuse me, I almost said original. They had a King Kong poster, but it was like it was not a 40 by 60. It's bigger than a 40 by 60. I forget what comes after that.
A 40 by 60 is the biggest National Screen ever made,
Okay.
except for a 24 sheet that went outside on a
Right,
billboard.
Right. Well, this was 1930s, and supposedly it was original. It was not original because I went up and looked at it, and I could see
Oh.
where it was not original because it didn't have the lithograph at the bottom and all the stuff that that would denote it was an original poster or not.
Right.
But it looked gorgeous.
Mhm.
I mean, it was beautifully framed and everything. Anyway, it's now almost 3:15.
We wouldn't allow time for people to join our little party
We-
today.
Are we going to do a show?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll do.
I'm
the
going to
show.
try to do it anyway.
So again, you've probably forgotten what we rehearsed. The number
No, he didn't forget.
The number is 678-615-7560. And this is live on Facebook. And it eventually will be it will eventually be on WWT.
TZA. It'll be on the radio at some point. Yeah.
The Talk of Atlanta, AM 1010 and 102.1.
Talkofatlanta.com to stream.
Yes. Yeah.
If you can't hear it in your car, if you're out of state, if you're like
Right.
your sister.
Yeah.
Is she in Virginia?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
in Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has an
And we're
iPhone.
on the radio Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. live. And then we replay pre-recorded segments that we do on Sunday. Basically the podcast.
That's
Sure.
right.
She
That's
has
how it wakes.
and she has a was that a Belgian?
It was.
She now has an iPhone.
Jim Gossett's calling me.
Jim Gossick. Okay.
Hey, Jim, we're on
Yeah.
Facebook Live doing a little show.
Hey, Jim.
I'll call you back.
Jim
Tell,
Gossick.
tell him you should have
Oh,
told
Jim.
him to go.
Oh, call us. Yeah. 678-615-75. Oh, he hung up. Damn.
Well, text him back. Tell him to call us.
I don't know which number. He's got 2 phone numbers. Let me see which
Well,
one
text him.
he called at. Yeah.
Text him before we begin because to have
Tell him he can do
in case
cartoon
in
voices.
case you don't know,
He can do cartoon voices.
I know.
for us.
Hang on a
Because-
second.
Is that right?
Hang on.
What?
Jim
Let
is
me
an
see which number he was calling.
amazing impressionist that
He's been on the show.
he's been on our show.
And that'll be coming up on the radio at some point
Yeah, but he's a regular on mornings
with Mike Brooks.
with Mike Brooks. Yeah, Mike Brooks
And
is
then Jim
Mike Brooks'
the
show.
camera in the afternoon.
11:57.
Yeah.
11:57.
So let's
Hold on.
let's,
Let me text him real quick, if you don't mind.
every time we run out of paper, I feel like I gotta go do Rush Limbaugh.
Yes, okay, Al, are we ready to go now? Okay.
See, that's what you got to get a guttural thing going.
Where's my dog at?
Well,
Outside the door.
outside the door.
Well, he might want to come in.
Well, he pushed the door last time he wanted to come in.
Yeah, but you closed it all the way. He can't get in. That's okay. He's fine.
Sonny. Okay, so we're while we're waiting, we should be starting any moment.
I'm sorry. It's my fault, but I'm almost done. I just wanted to text Jim
But I just want you
Gossett.
to know-
Newsmakerline.com. Newsmakerline.com.
that I'm in at least 4 feet from Al and probably 2 maybe 3 feet from Chance,
Yes.
and I'm trying not to let him touch me, and trying to let you
Chance is a
Get close.
germaphobe.
close to us because of this crazy virus we got going on. Don't listen to the media.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
I mean, yes, there is an issue, but come on, don't be crazy. People buying all the toilet paper.
All right, almost
done.
done.
I hope so, because now
I want to show people.
We're going to lose audience, I know.
I want to show people the sticker.
Well, he already showed it. Well, you were.
I showed him.
Oh,
But you
did?
can hold it up. Go ahead.
All right. So I had some.
We
stickers
want to
made.
talk about it on the show, though, right?
Yeah.
Do we not? All right. Well, let's
Okay.
let's go. Let's roll.
Let's get going. Yeah.
We'll explain later, folks.
There's some stickers we had made. They're
Tom had them
They're
made.
not big.
You
big
had 'em made.
stickers on
They're,
purpose.
they're little ones. I like the little ones.
I didn't want big ones because you can only put big ones. So
All right. Well, we need to get going.
Yeah, we
All
do.
right. So we're gonna start this pod blast in a slightly different.
Great show. Big, huge show.
Talking about
I know, it's
cartoons.
big.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Okay. All right. Do we need to check this one last time to see what?
Just don't get out of the line.
Let's see what people have
God,
said.
he gave me a dirty look, man.
Ooh, he
Daggers
gave you
of
the-
steel. Did you see that?
He gave you the death look.
That was the death look.
He gave you a stink eye.
Damn. I've never been frightened by him ever till just now.
He gave you a stink eye, boy.
Woo! Danny Cochran.
Danny
I
Crockett.
said hey on your behalf, but it was me. I said
Oh,
Chance.
okay. Yeah.
All right, that's
If you scroll down, I've said hey to Tyler and everybody.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. There's a bunch of people. Let's see here.
All right, so we getting ready to start now. Trust me.
Ryan.
Is your computer just
I
going to
think
sleep?
Ryan's watching.
No.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
You remember what you're doing now?
No.
Yes, you
Do
do.
I need to tell you again?
No,
I know.
he knows. He's just messing with us.
All right, here we
And
go.
it's recording, right, sir?
No. I
Oh,
haven't hit record
okay.
yet.
Just reminding you.
Al's got to get his bottom just right.
We're gonna try and do a show. I don't know. It's like it's so much to do.
Now I've forgotten all we're going to do.
Now wait a minute. Now the next time when you're running the board, I'm gonna really have a good time with you.
No, you won't because I'll have everything ready.
Now, well, we'll see. Mhm. Are you ready?
All right.
Yes.
See, this old board won't let anything. Oh, yeah, that sticks to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, what's wrong with it? Okay.
Nothing's wrong
So,
with it.
That's
All
all
right,
right.
so that's a reboot, reset. No. Oh,
Fritz Feld,
that was a good one.
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen. That's a great one.
sorry.
That was good.
Yeah, no, I practice. Okay, all right. Anytime you're ready, Uncle Al.
I came up with that.
Hey kids, what time is it?
It's cartoon time, Uncle Al.
Oh yeah, we have favorite cartoons.
Where's the candy, Uncle Al?
No.
I like Humpty Dumpty. What?
No.
What?
It's not cartoon time.
It's not.
It's Podblast time.
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Go ahead. It's your turn.
It is Podblast time.
And who are we?
Tom, I tell you what, that's Chance,
Yeah.
Hello.
Bartles, no Bartels,
What, like the
Tom
like the, like
Williams?
the wine cooler.
And Al Hardy.
and Al Hardy. And today we're going to talk about cartoons.
yay!
Everybody loves cartoons,
Yeah,
right?
Well, yeah. Pretty much everybody should
Yeah.
love cartoons.
I do. I watched them all the time
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
You know, you did. Everybody did.
Now, will
watch
you still
cartoons.
watch them? Will you still watch them? I mean, if one comes on, will you turn it off? Or
It
will you
depends
say,
on what it
"Eh"?
is.
Well, let's just say it's a Warner Brothers cartoon.
I will watch it.
You'll watch it.
Yeah.
Regardless. What if it's
Wait
a
a-
Tom and Jerry cartoon?
I will watch
That's
it.
MGM.
Well, the early Tom and Jerry cartoons,
Right.
where
Yeah.
you saw their feet, you didn't see any faces, and you saw Mammy and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The ones from the 60s weren't very good, where Mel Blanc did the voice work.
True.
The MGM, I have one that was a takeoff on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. We'll talk about it later.
And,
but
some people will watch the Chuck Jones versus
Chuck Jones, that's it.
Bugs Bunny versus the non-Chuck. No offense.
Those are Chuck Jones.
I like Chuck Jones just as much as anybody else.
I
but-
do.
But the non-Chuck Jones Tom and Jerry's were the best. Those are the old MGM ones.
Right, they
Okay,
were.
Rudolph Ising and those guys, they're the ones that did them. But anyway, we fast forwarded a little bit too far, but that's okay. That's what we do sometimes.
Well,
here.
what was the very first cartoon that hit the theaters?
Well, no, wait a minute. Now, the very first cartoon is one thing, but the very first sound cartoon,
the sound cartoon.
because there was a bunch of silent Disney cartoons before
That is true.
before the famous sound Steamboat Willie,
That introduced Mickey Mouse.
who introduced Mickey Mouse. And
What year?
it was, oh, wait a minute. Whoa. My phone went dead there for a
I didn't mean to throw you a curveball.
Well, no, you didn't. My phone went 1928 was when it was released, November
Wow.
18th, 1928.
But it had sound.
And it sounded, well, it had sound, but it mostly had sound effects. Mickey spoke in it, yes. and whatnot. But
Did he talk like that? Was he really high
well,
pitched?
well, you know who did the first original Mickey Mouse voice was
Was a female.
no, it was Walt Disney.
Oh, that's right. It was Walt Disney.
Now-
My bad.
now-
My bad.
Now, if you do your research on Google, they'll also say Clark Gable did some of them. Yeah, I've read that.
I've never heard that.
Yes, I have read that. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. I didn't get a chance to. So if anyone knows for sure, by all means, chime in at 678-615-7560. Be sure to give us a call. So anyway, the original Steamboat Willie was the first official sound cartoon, and Ub Iwerks really came up with Mickey, not Walt.
Not
I
Walt
mean,
Disney.
Walt drew him, but Ub Iwerks he
Well, how
handed
did they
over.
come up with a mouse? I mean, what?
Well, that was Ub Iwerks that did
Wanted
all
the
that.
mouse,
Yeah,
right?
and that cartoon now is used as Walt Disney Animation Studios. If you see some of the newer cartoons, whether it's Frozen or whatever,
Right.
it starts with steam. You'll see some Steamboat Willie
Mhm.
action going on, and but Phantasmagoria, is that how you say it? Say it, Chance.
I was hoping you could say it. The first cartoon, the oldest cartoon in the world, is a short animation piece, and it's called Phantasmagoria. My Lord, it's
I've never heard
F-A-N
of that.
It's probably
spelled all one word, Fantasmagorie. I don't know how the heck you say
what's
that.
probably French. Is it French?
Yes,
Are they French?
French
Yeah.
cartoonist Emile Cole.
Well, let's listen. A little bit of Steamboat Willie
Yeah.
kind of sounded a little like just a little like this. See, Mickey's on the deck of the ship. He's whistling.
And he's driving
He's
the boat.
He's driving the boat.
He's shaking his hips
He's dancing, you know.
like Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Moving that pelvis.
So that's how it starts out. So that's we're not going to play the whole cartoon,
No.
obviously, because copyright issues. But that's how it starts. And the very first thing where he's whistling, you again hear that in the latest Disney animation. So they brought Mickey back to do that. And I've got a bunch of the Mickey figures. I collect Mickey
Then we're
Mouse.
kind of jumping ahead. Did you like the movie Fantasia with Mickey Mouse?
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah, and that
That changed
originally,
everything.
yeah, and that originally bombed for
It did. It
Yeah.
it bombed in the theater.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, Jiminy
Was
Cricket.
introduced, I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah.
Was he introduced in that? Someone out there call and confirm. I could look it up on my phone.
I don't
actually.
think he was.
I don't think he
I
was
don't
in
remember
that,
Jiminy
no.
Cricket being in. I remember him being in Pinocchio, of course.
Yeah,
And,
I don't think Jiminy Cricket
Pinocchio.
was in
He's
Yeah.
right.
Fantasia.
I think you get
Correction corner.
well, correction corner already started. Excuse me, but during the Mickey Mouse era, they had a very small studio there in California, a little corner office, which they almost lost, and it started in Walt's uncle's garage, actually. So they started with very meager beginnings. Walt Disney did, and almost had to borrow money to do Cinderella. I mean, it just.
But look what it led to.
Of
All those
course.
great animated movies. I
Of
mean,
course.
I saw as a kid.
Of course, and
And cartoons.
yeah,
And I love Donald Duck.
yeah. Well, who
Donald
didn't?
Duck was great. I
Yeah,
love
Donald Duck was great.
Oh,
Great
and Huey,
sense.
Dewey, and Louie.
And I like Pluto. I mean,
Yeah,
I
all those
liked all of
guys.
those. I saw this.
And what is Pluto? Is he really a dog?
Yeah, he's a
then what is
dog.
Goofy?
He's a dog.
Then what is Goofy?
Well, there was.
See,
Mm.
Goofy's kind of a dog.
Goofy's kind of
stupid. Yeah.
Goofy talk like this.
But you know, my favorite. You know, other than I never was. I mean, but you know, Donald Duck was my favorite.
Yeah. Well, of the Disney characters.
Of all the characters, he was my favorite.
Really. So
Can you do anyone in this room? Can they do a Donald Duck impression?
No, I can't. No, of course not. No. Can anybody out there do
I
that?
can't.
No,
Sounds
I'm
too much
surprised Chance
like a
can.
kazoo.
About Jiminy Cricket, real quick. First appearance was Pinocchio, 1940.
Yeah.
But he was created by an Italian writer, Carlo Carlo Collodi, Collodi, for his children's
Wow.
book, The Adventures of Pinocchio.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. I didn't know that.
Well, now I'm sure that Disney gave its own take on the character, obviously, because Disney did not use other people's interpretation of Jiminy Cricket or whoever they were using. Same with a mouse. Same with if you look at some of the earlier cartoons, there were other cartoonists that drew Mickey or drew Mickey-esque looking cartoons back then.
Right.
And it looked a lot like Mickey Mouse. You go, how they getting away with that? I'm not sure how they got away with that, but they did.
Well, a lot of the early Warner Brother cartoons had, they had different animals and they had, mice. And
Well,
monkeys.
even before Mickey was Oscar the Rabbit, which looked like, I think it was Oscar.
It's Oswald. Wasn't
Oswald. I'm sorry.
Oswald the
Oswald.
Rabbit,
I'm
yes.
sorry. I said Oscar, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I've even got a stuffed thing where they now at the Disneyland Resort in California, as well as Orlando, over in the Hollywood portion, where they have a rabbit, where they embrace that character now, because
Right.
Disney did not own that character for many, many years. So they couldn't, that's why you never saw it. But now they,
Right.
of course, they own everything now. but now
sure
they
do.
they've
Did you ever have a Mickey Mouse telephone? Remember
embraced-
those?
I've got 2 of them.
You got 2 of them?
At home.
I
I
never
got
had
one of them
one.
still in a box, which
really?
I got off eBay like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and I've never taken it out of the box. I mean, it's still in the
They
box.
came out in the 70s, didn't they?
Yeah. But they came out with 2. They came out with a rotary dial one, and they came out with a push button one. And I got, unfortunately, mine are both push button.
I like the rotary.
Yeah.
Getting on with the history of cartoons, though. When did Popeye come about?
Well, he came out in the 30s as well.
So Disney and Popeye, and that was
Well,
Lance.
No. Disney was first.
Mhm.
But remember, Popeye was created from a cartoon strip.
Yeah,
by-
right. Newspaper
by
strip.
Cigar, Segar, from the Thimble Theater.
And I have all of the black and white Popeye cartoons
Look at that on DVD.
on DVD.
Did you hold it up for the camera?
I did.
Everyone goes,
You know what the very first Popeye cartoon was, don't you?
"Oh, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was."
Well, Popeye was introduced by Betty Boop.
Betty Boop.
And the Betty Boop cartoon,
So Betty Boop came out with, it was like a Betty Boop theater. So let's hear. This is basically the very first Oh, my phone's ringing. It was the very first Popeye cartoon. We won't play it all, but it was put out by Paramount, believe it or not. But it had the Betty Boop moniker
Right,
above
it
it,
did.
like Betty Boop Theater. So let's listen to just a little bit of that and
Oh,
see
good.
what this
Okay.
sounds like.
Strike up the band for
He had the theme
Popeye
song.
the sailor, cash in his hand. Right off a whale, stand in a row. Don't let him go. He's a cinch, but every inch a sailor.
Now, also keep in mind, we'll play more of it in just a second. Even though it was by Cigar, because it said it in small print, up above it is Max Fleischer.
Yeah.
Fleischer.
Max. He's the
it,
best.
It was Inkwell Productions, wasn't
Well,
it?
no, it was out of the Inkwell.
Out of the Inkwell.
Inkwell. And then they came up with Coco the Clown, which was part of the Betty Boop cast of characters.
Well, you know who the original voice of Popeye was?
Who?
William Costello.
William Costello. Now, any relation to Lou Costello?
1933 to
Oh, no.
1935, but he was difficult to work with. So
Like
they
me.
they got rid of him.
Like we're going to do it? No, just kidding. Just kidding.
And they
Just
got rid of
kidding.
him. So, but he did it from 1933 to 1935.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
33 to 35.
Yeah.
So anyway, the basically this cartoon introduced him to audiences everywhere.
And it was in black and white.
black and white.
Oh, they're all black and white.
Cash in his hand, right off the whaler, stand in a row.
Go!
Don't let him go.
Go!
He's a cinch, but every inch is sailor.
There you go.
So there's a news headline that says Popeye, a movie star. The sailors is the star into a cartoon. So basically, it introduces Popeye, and everything. Here comes Popeye now.
I love that music.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Well, after they got rid of William Costello, they gave the voice to Jack Mercer.
I'm Popeye
The Sailor Man.
I'm Popeye
It was a great cartoon.
It is it's a great animation too.
Oh, the animation's awesome.
As I eat my spinach, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
So what's great about him is
Great message for the kids, too. Eat your greens.
it definitely eats your greens, but it's fun to watch him because of what he does. He just took a whole big anchor, he picked it up, and he belted it and turned into a bunch of small anchors.
Well, Popeye, the cartoons had 3 major characters: Popeye, Olive Oil, and Brutus. It was Brutus, and of course, Wimpy was in there, but he wasn't a major character. He was not in all of the cartoons.
Well, neither was
What
Wimpy.
was it? Say his line if you know it. I'll pay you
I will
tomorrow.
buy,
for
no,
it.
I will buy a hamburger today.
No.
No, I'll
Oh,
buy you a
yeah.
hamburger on Tuesday if you give me a hamburger today or something like
I'll
that.
pay you Tuesday.
Pay you
if you eat
Tuesday for a
today.
hamburger today. Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
yes. Yeah, he was a great character. This guy was a human leech because he always wanted something for nothing.
Kind of like me.
I wasn't going to go there, but
But you
did.
always kind of like it when he ate the hamburger.
Oh, yeah, he always
He was
made
always
that.
jumping on the hamburgers.
And
Right.
McDonald's ripped that off with the Hamburglar, kind of, sort of.
Well, they kind of sort of did. They kind of sort of did, and it was great to see Wimpy along. Because Oliver they never really explained Sweet Pea, though, did they? Remember Sweet
He
Pea?
just sort of appeared.
Yeah, he just sort of showed up, and Popeye's father, he just sort of showed up too. He had the white. He looked like Popeye, except he had the white beard.
Yeah, and he had the muscles of the skin.
Yeah.
flap.
Now that was back then when they had the cabin doors of the ship to come up and close.
That was a credit.
Yeah, the credits.
Yeah, like that.
And then AAP, got Associated Artists
For television.
for television, got hold of it and took all that out. They kept the sound.
They
in.
started with the AAP logo.
Yes.
You heard the Popeye music, but it just had the
Yeah.
AAP
But
logo.
fellas, it was in black and white at first, and then
Correct.
color, and they've colorized. Would you speak
Yes.
on the
Well,
great
Ted
color?
Turner, when Ted Turner owned the library, he did colorize some of them, but not all of them.
Right.
You know,
correct.
he only did a handful of them.
But you guys claim they did a great job with the colorization.
Well, yeah.
process.
They looked original.
Yeah, let's face it, colorizing
Cartoons were easy
Easy.
to do.
Yeah, easy to do. And they look good. I mean, they really,
they look
really looked good. They didn't take away from anything.
Good Lord, your phone is going
Well,
nuts.
that's because people are trying to call Al, and all they're getting is a voicemail.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just
Uh-oh,
I'm
Al,
just
the
letting you
phone's
know.
offline.
The phone must either be offline or something's going
No,
on
it's
because
offline.
people have tried to call.
Well, he's getting text.
Oh, I'm here. I just heard. Kill that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
Phone's
I
working.
just heard a dial tone. Okay.
Well, give them the number again.
Well, we sure we got the right number. 678
615.
75.
No, 615.
Yeah.
That's what I said. 678 615 75.
7560.
Yeah. there you
So,
go.
wait, one more time.
Oh,
See?
see there.
We have a caller.
But anyway,
Podblast, who is it?
but anyway, Popeye was a forerunner.
Hold on.
Was a bunch of cartoons. Crazy Cat came out from Columbia. They're all they all started hitting around the same time because everyone wanted to get in on the money game, the money action of all the early cartoons. And animation back then was just amazing. It was just amazing back then.
You know, and the Popeye car, you know, they led to what?
Kill the computer.
Oh,
We're
hang on a
switching
second.
over.
We're just switching over.
All right. Okay.
So go ahead. So
Carefully
what
switching
were you
over.
saying?
No, well, the Popeye cartoons also led to the TV version.
Yes.
You know, they made Popeye cartoons just for television.
Beautiful transition, sir.
Right.
Because this is the version that I and my generation know and love, which you guys don't like. But listen to this. Turn it up, please.
You got it?
Let me try it. Yeah, something ain't right. All right, here it is.
Don't try this at home.
Okay.
That was the TV version.
Yeah.
King Features, I think,
King
owned
Features.
those. Yeah.
And
they weren't very good.
no, they really weren't.
No, they were
Listen.
pretty lame.
I'm sorry. I thought it went wah, wah right there.
No, it's a great theme. I like that
Here it
theme.
is. Here it is, guys.
Yeah. All right. So who's on the phone now?
I think Danny's on the phone.
Is
Let's see.
Danny or Tyler?
All right. Hello. Hello.
Go ahead, call.
Nostalgic Podblast. You're on the air.
They must have hung up.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey,
See?
Danny is here. I yelled in the mic, and Al's going to be pissed
Oh.
at me. How's it going, Danny?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Talking about cartoons. Are you watching on Facebook Live with us?
Oh man, my phone's breaking up.
Well, I hear
see.
you.
Outside and hear you guys better.
We can hear you clear as a bell. It's always
He's
good to be
coming through.
outside.
He must be. He's his phone's.
Can you hear us now, Danny? Well, I'll tell you, Danny,
Okay.
I've got a new theme song for Danny. He was supposed to be here today.
Well, just
Here's
have him,
Danny's-
have him call back.
Here's
Have him
Danny's
call
new
back.
theme song. What? Because his wife made him stay home because of the coronavirus. I'm just teasing Danny. Call us back.
That wasn't nice. Danny's not going to call.
He
us.
had a
Kidding.
bad cell
I'm
connection.
teasing him. I'm teasing
He
him.
had a bad cell connection.
Well, Danny's up in Athens, so
Yeah.
What do you expect?
No, Danny's a friend of the show and a frequent guest, and we love Danny.
Yeah.
He's
But
great.
you know, Popeye was. I mean, like, it's my favorite. One of my favorite cartoons outside of the Warner Brothers.
Yes, of
They were-
course.
they were
of
really
course.
good. And of course, from that, I guess the most popular cartoons ever made were the Looney Tunes, weren't they?
Well, the Looney Tunes were popular. They came out in the late 30s too, in the 40s,
Yeah.
and their first were theatrical releases, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. They were, well, Warner Brothers made those cartoons for adults.
Yeah. That's why there's so much adult humor, and a lot of them,
and a lot of them are not airable now. They won't put them on television.
and we won't even talk about some of the. Listen, there was a lot of racy cartoons too.
They were,
Warner Brothers had them. I mean, they all, even Disney had them. And Song of the South comes to mind with Disney.
Right, that's a great movie, but they won't. The last time it was in theatrical release is 1973.
Correct, and they said they would not release it with the new Disney Plus channel, just because.
Well, you would think they would.
But it's still too controversial. Apparently, people to this day are too thin-skinned or something. It's just part of history. It's just the way it is.
I had a Warner Brothers cartoon. It was called Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh God!
Yeah,
that was a great cartoon.
Oh sure.
And another one,
and the Seven, spelled Sebben.
Right. And another cartoon was Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny nips the nips.
I had that one too.
And Popeye fought. And this is the title. He fought the Japs. No offense. That's what it was back then, because they were the enemy.
Yeah.
They were the Axis.
Well, there's
power.
a scene in Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips where he's pushing a little ice cream cart.
True.
And he has these little it's terrible. He has these little Japanese kids, and he's passing out ice cream, but they have grenades in them. It's terrible. It's terrible. But
it was.
What about Song of the South, guys? Talking about banned things.
Well, Song of the South again
had some great animation in it too.
It's like Gone with it's. Listen, Song of the South came out at a time back. It was not the same time Gone with the Wind came out, obviously, but it was in that time period that all that stuff was still acceptable.
Right.
And there was some great music, some great songs. And some some really good animation, obviously, because it was Disney live animation / cartoon, and it wasn't the first one that Disney done live animation, because they also did one. It was black and white. It was Alice in Wonderland, with a live action.
They
Alice.
did that in
Uncle Remus.
Right. It was Uncle Remus, but I'm talking about Alice in Wonderland, which came out in the 30s, and I want to say she even got a little Oscar for it because of her performance. But
I have,
but it was a Disney cartoon, along with live action.
I have Song of the South on Laserdisc. It's a Japanese import. I paid $75 for it a long time ago.
Oh, sure.
But it's in English, and the only time you see Japanese subtitles is during the songs. Now, go figure.
That's weird.
But it's a great copy on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
You can't find that anymore unless on eBay you can, but
it's been banned though from home video.
I bought mine at Tower Records. Remember Tower Records?
I sure do. Lennox Square Mall in the Atlanta area.
That's where I bought it.
Song of the South released in 1946. It's an hour and 35 minutes long. Good old Uncle Remus.
Yeah.
Zippity doo dah, zippity.
Zippity, my oh my, what a wonderful.
Everybody knows Zippity Doo Dah, the Disney classic, but it's kind of hard to place which movie it comes from.
So anyway, I'm not sure who that female voice was, but it's part of the clip. But a great actor and some great animation. I mean, it's just a great song.
It was sad. Remember the kid that was the little boy in the movie?
Yes.
He got into drugs. I think he.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true or not. Did he commit suicide? I know he died from a drug overdose, but I don't know if it was his own doing or what.
Yeah. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was either.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was either. So your computer's playing Felix the Cat for some reason.
I'm going to play that later.
But your mic was picking that up very nicely.
It was, and I'm sorry about that. I want to mention Max Fleischer, who you referenced earlier, real quick. The Superman cartoons he did were incredible. Revolutionary.
They were good. They were good
in color. I love those. And that was in the 30s.
Yeah,
and in the 40s.
I had one on film at one time.
He died, Max Fleischer, September 25th, 72, born July 19th, 1983. And he was just an innovator when it came to animation. He was one of the founding fathers, along with Walt Disney.
He was great.
He really was. Let's listen to what Disney has to say about Song of the South. And this is from Disney and
What year was this? You know?
this is recently, and I don't know whether we can play the whole thing or not, but let's listen to what they've got to say about it, because it's been questioned why aren't they putting it on Disney Plus? So let's listen to what he says.
The other week, Disney CEO Bob Iger told a room full of Disney stockholders that the plan for the upcoming Disney Plus streaming service was to have Disney's entire motion picture library available shortly after the launch.
See?
Clearly, this is an exciting concept for both Disney fans as well as movie fans in general, as Disney has a library stretching back decades. However, it seems highly unlikely that literally every Disney movie will ever actually be on this service, as there's at least one movie that will almost certainly be missing.
Here it comes.
The 1946 Song of the South.
Why?
Well, it doesn't. He doesn't really say. I saw a Disney official there in the video, so I assumed they were going to address the subject, but they obviously did not. So I was wrong in saying.
Do you know how popular that would be if they would air it? I don't think that the African American community would care at this point.
Well,
it's been so long, and it's really nothing offensive about it at all.
I know.
It's not. It's just a wonderful movie.
But all it would take was one or two to.
Well, did you know the story was written by a black person?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. But all it would take is one or two people to object to it. And that's probably why they want to err on the side of we want to be complacent with what the times are. And if they were to run it now, it would be very, very much so taken into consideration as to not. I guess I heard every word you said. These mics are sensitive.
Chance can't be in one place at one time.
I know, but anyway, that cartoon will not be seen. And you know what? And everyone that has wanted to see it has probably seen it.
That's true.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true.
You know, because I think I had a laser disc of it. I think you had a laser disc of it. Tom Hudgens, our dear departed friend, had a laser disc of it. He was the first one to have it. It was the Japanese
import,
and he bought it at Camelot Records in Newport.
You know what else I have?
Virginia.
You know what else I have on Laserdisc?
What's that?
I've got Volume 1 of the Looney Tune cartoons.
Right.
It has all the band ones on the Laserdisc, and you can't find that anywhere anymore.
Because they re-released them on DVD, but
those cartoons were removed. I've got it in there
because they were politically incorrect.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way cartoons are. Because so politically incorrectness not only affected live action movies, it affected the cartoons too. Because the cartoons reflected.
But it's got Bugs Bunny, Nips to Nips, and Coal Black. It's got they're all on that Laserdisc.
Yeah, and I bet they look great.
They look great.
I'm sure it's 480p.
You know what logo is at the very beginning of the disc?
Turner.
The Turner cigar.
The Turner
logo.
cigar. Yeah.
So Turner Entertainment released those, but for DVD they pull those cartoons. You can't find them anymore.
Which doesn't surprise me.
Hey fellas, we got some comments on Facebook. Tyler Shook.
Yep.
Tyler.
Yeah, I need a mic here.
Well,
because I can't read and talk at my.
I need to get it. I need to.
Speaking of the history of cartoons, Tyler Shook says the sinking of the Lusitania depiction is one of the first animated screenings.
True. Okay.
And then
the sinking of the Lusitania. What does he mean by? What does it mean by that?
There was an animation of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I've never seen that.
Yeah. But
really?
but again, it wasn't that one.
Thanks, Tyler. I've never heard.
It was not one of those things where it was released and you remembered. But even the guy who George, I can't think of his last name. Sorry, begins with an M. It's French, of course. Did some of the great. Live action animation back then that was basically live. The Trip to the Moon comes to mind.
Right.
The spaceship hitting.
That's right. Hits the moon in the eye. Yeah.
So
rocket ship to the moon.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's called Trip to the Moon. But
Trip to the Moon.
But regardless, it's still a form of animation even back then. It was trick photography, but it was still animation. But you talked about Warner Brothers, and your favorite Warner Brothers theme is this right here.
I love it.
Yeah. Now that's Looney Tune.
That's the Looney Tune version, not the Merry Melodies.
Now the Merry Melodies sounds like this. which is a little different. Hear the difference?
Yeah. The Looney Tunes version was first, and then the Merry Melodies came around, right?
Right.
Oh.
All right. So cool. So that's great. Now, and again, that they had so many different themes. It was great, and they did something really interesting at the end of the Looney Tunes theme. If it was the Bugs Bunny, a slightly different theme would start, and you'd see Bugs Bunny pull up the logo like a window shade, and he'd be sitting on top of the Warner Brothers.
That was really cool. That was really cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool that they did that back then.
But do you have a favorite Warner Brothers character?
Well, Bugs Bunny.
Well, everybody loves Bugs Bunny.
I bet yours is going to be Daffy Duck.
Mine's Daffy Duck. He was so just.
Well, see, you also like Donald Duck too, right?
Yeah, okay. I love Daffy. Well, Daffy Duck is my favorite.
You got to think about ducks. Duck, goose, owl.
And one of the best cartoons, the Looney Tunes, was with Daffy Duck and Porky Pig.
Oh yeah.
And where you ought to be in pictures.
Okay, yeah.
Where Daffy Ducks talks Porky Pig into resigning his Warner Brothers contract with Leon Schlesinger.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that incorporated live action with animation. Because you have Porky Pig at Leon Schlesinger's office in front of his desk. He wants to resign his contract because Daffy Duck says you can go on and be a big movie star and not do cartoons. But anyway,
that was a good cartoon. As a matter of fact, somebody had that on.
I had it at one time, a long time ago, black and white cartoon.
True. And now that's funny that they always pitted. They were always pitting Daffy Duck, even though Bugs Bunny was part of it too, against Daffy. But they were pitting Daffy against Porky a lot.
You know, there was one cartoon, I forget the name of it, where Daffy Duck and Porky Pig were roommates, and they both worked at the same place. But Daffy Duck liked to drink, and he kept Porky Pig up all night long. It was the funniest thing. You know, Porky Pig was trying to sleep, and Daffy Duck was just keeping him up all night.
Daffy did one with a salesman too, the same concept where he just checks in a hotel and the guy just wants to sleep, and he keeps punching the hotel clerk.
That's right.
Instead of Daffy, who's making all the noise.
Oh, they're great cartoons.
It's crazy.
And
they did some. Now you get back into the 40s. Not only Disney, because the Fuhrer's face, and they did some great war propaganda cartoons.
Oh, they did.
But I think Disney started it, but then Warner Brothers fell right into.
I have one Warner Brothers cartoon on film. We can watch it. It's called Russian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
And it's got a caricature of Hitler in there.
Oh sure. I mean, I've had those.
And that's a great cartoon, Russian Rhapsody.
Yes. Yeah. Now what some people are starting.
And that's been banned. You can't find that cartoon anymore.
No, of course not. But what some people are doing, that's one guy, I don't know who the guy is, but what he's doing here lately is they'll take the Blu-ray copy of that of some of the Warner Brothers cartoons, and they'll make what I would call a kinescope out of it on film, 16mm film, and they're selling the film.
How do they look?
That's called a macro. They look great.
Oh.
They look fantastic. And if you're someone,
they want stupid money for them?
No. Oh. The most I've seen them go for is like $65. And which is a lot of money, but for a pristine copy, low fade, beautiful print, if you're into collecting actual motion picture film, it's the way to go. Or you can just buy them on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Okay. Or something like that.
Well, today I'd buy them on Blu-ray, but I still have film, and I still have some cartoons. And actually, Chance brought some cartoons today we're going to look at.
Yeah. I did on film, some Warner Brothers film. Oh, we have a call.
But
let's go to the phone.
But anyway, I got a little bit from Disney right here. Okay. It's not. Excuse me. It's not Disney. I'm misspoke. Which is
go ahead.
Russia Gremlins from the Kremlin is what it's called. Hitler's piloting the plane, and his
I remember this.
Yeah, exactly. And they're basically sabotaging slowly Hitler's plane.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a funny cartoon. Now, I don't know why that one wouldn't be played. Well, the kids from today wouldn't like it.
No,
but there wasn't anything quote unquote racist or politically incorrect because they're against Hitler. I mean, unless Hitler's become, wait a minute, with JoJo, what was that new movie? Jojo Rabbit? Has Hitler become popular all of a sudden?
I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to watch it. We have Ryan's on the phone.
Mercy.
Oh, good. Our friend Ryan.
Hello.
So, hey, Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Loving the show.
Good.
Thank you.
Loving the show.
What was your...
Tom actually beat me to the punch